over number 8, and our first problem is going to be 1/2 r equals 7/3. So all it's asking you to do is find r for this one. So you're going to go ahead and isolate that. The first thing you should do is go ahead and multiply by the reciprocal of 1/2, which is 2/1 on both sides, and that'll go away over here. So r will be alone, and then it'll be 14/3. And that's your answer, but you have to put it in those boxes. So it'll show up as 1, 4, and then the slash and the 3, and you'll bubble all those in wherever they show up on there.
Jen is experimenting with an apple cider vinegar solution. How many liters of 20% apple cider vinegar solution must be added to 5 liters of 5% apple cider vinegar solution to obtain a 10% apple cider vinegar solution? I'm going to tell you right now, this is a pretty hard problem. So the way I always think about it is so there are 2 components to a solution, or I guess technically 3 components to a solution. You got water, you got apple cider vinegar, and then the whole solution. We're really worried about the apple cider vinegar and the water. So if you have 5 liters of 5% solution, that means that 5% of your solution is apple cider vinegar. So you need to know how much that is. 5% is the same as 1/20th. This is the same. So we have 5/20 is 5 liters. 5% of 5 is 1/4. So you have 1/4 of a liter of apple cider vinegar rather, and 5 liters of solution. Now you need a certain amount of 20% solution that will get you a 10% solution as your final answer that you add to this 5% solution. So the way I would set this up is you need your percentages, which is going to be the amount of apple cider vinegar in the solution over the total amount of solution. So that's going to be 1/4 of a liter, which is your 5%, plus however much you add, however much apple cider vinegar is in the solution you add. That's going to be, we'll call that X, and that's going to be over your total, which is 5 liters of solution plus however much 20% solution you add, which is just, call that L, so how many liters it is. So we have 2 variables, and that has to equal 10% solution, which would be 0.1, because that is 10%. So we have 2 variables in here, which means that it's going to be a little bit more difficult to solve, unless you can relate X and L somehow. We know that X is the amount of apple cider vinegar in L, and L is a 20% solution. So that means X is 20% of L. Fair enough. So 20% is equal to 1/5. 20 times 5 is 100%. So we know that X times 1/5 equals L. So now that we have our L, we can rewrite our equation as 1/4 plus 1/5 times L all over 5 plus L equals 0.1. Now I think the easiest thing to do here is to convert your fractions on top to decimals, because we're going to be working in decimals. So 1/4 is equal to 0.25, 1/4, and 1/5 is equal to 0.2. So now we're going to get our L's. We're trying to isolate our L's, and to do that, we have to first multiply by the reciprocal of this equation, or we just multiply 5 plus L on both sides so we can cancel out this side and add it over here. So we get 5 plus L. And 5 plus L. These cancel. Now we have 0.25 plus 0.2 L equals 0.5, because you're multiplying this to both of them, plus 0.1 times L. Now we can actually isolate our L variable by subtracting 0.1 L from this side. So we can subtract it here from this side, and then subtracting 0.25 from this side, or subtracting from this side so we can add to, subtract. I was right the first time. And then we subtract from this side 0.25, You get a total answer, 0.1 L equals 0.25, because 0.5 minus 0.25, 0.25. So now all we have to do to get our L isolated, which will be our final answer, divide by 0.1, L equals 0.25 over 0.1. So 0.25 is 1/4, and 0.1 is 1/10. Keep change, flip it, go 1/4 times 10 over 1, that is 10 over 4, which is the same as 5 over 2. So your final answer would be 5 over 2. That is how many liters of solution you would have to add to your total solution to get a 10% solution. Now it was a long, complicated process, but I'll plug it back into the original equation to show you that that's correct. So we have 1/4 plus 1/5 times 5/2 all over 5 plus halves. So that would equal 1/4 plus 1/2, which is the same as 3/4. And then that would be all over 15 halves. 3/4 times 2. You can get rid of this, 1, 5, and then 1, 2 to get 1/10, which is a 10% solution.
Plus 25 equals 30. And it's asking you to find the value of r plus 5. So the first way you can do that is go ahead and just solve for r. So you've got subtract 25 from both sides. That'll go away. 5r equals 5. Then divide by 5 on both sides. R is going to equal 1. Then you have to go back in and find the value of r plus 5. Substitute in 1 for r. You get 1 plus 5. And your final answer will be 6. All right, and I'll do number 4 over here. So number 4 gives you 2 points, the point 2, 3, and 3, 0. And it gives you a third point, and the point is 0, B, and it wants you to find the value of B. So the way that we decided to do this was go through and make an equation to get the y-intercept, because the y-intercept will be the point 0, B. The way we did that is we found the slope first, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we did 3 minus 0 over 2 minus 3, and that's going to be 3 over -1, which is -3. Then we use point slope form to get our equation, and to do that you do y minus a y value of one of those 2 points. We use 0 because it was easier, so you get y minus 0, and then equals the slope, so -3, times x minus one of the x values, which corresponds to 3 for this one, so x minus 3, and you'll get y equals -3x as you distribute over, plus 9. And then just looking at that equation, you can go ahead and see that our y-intercept is going to be 9. So the value of b there, it's going to be 0, 9. So b equals 9. And that's going to be your final answer.
In number 5, we have a system of equations. Got x plus 2y equals 55, 5.5, thank you very much. And negative x plus y equals negative 1.5. Yes, I have that right. So we need a point xy that satisfies the equation. We need to find the value of y. So the way I would do this is I would use the substitution method, which means that in our bottom equation, we have to isolate the variable x so we can plug it back into the top one. So first thing to do here is I would move this 1.5 to this side by adding, and move the x to the other side by subtracting, or by adding again. So you have y plus 1.5 equals x. So we know that our x is y plus 1.5. We can plug that back into the top equation. Go y plus 1.5 equals 2y, or plus 2y equals 5.5. So combine like terms, we have 3y plus 1.5 equals 5.5. All we have to do from there, subtract 1.5 from both sides, get 3y equals 4. 5.5 minus 1.5 is 4. Then we divide by 3 to isolate our y, get 3y equals 4 over 3. What did I do?